people, and I see a lot of our kind of players here today. Those, ironically or not ironically, those that take action are here on this meeting and understand how big of a deal this is to have someone like Dean on a call. And I'll share a little bit more about the story when Dean's on here, but I have a history with Dean Graziosi, and he's a big deal. I mean, he and his team have brought in literally billions of dollars in a bunch of different ways. He was on television for probably 20 plus years. He works with Tony Robbins, amongst other things. I'm just lightly scratching the surface of what Dean has accomplished in his career, and the fact that he's willing to take time to speak to our community, which is a great community. But we're an early community that's going to have a huge rise. We're already having that right now, and that's one of the things I want to talk to him is like, how's he able to do that? How's he able to spot something kind of at the start? And that's one of the many questions I have for him. So excited to have Dean here, Carrie, and when Dean's ready, let's get him on here.
Let's go live. Let's do it.
Oh, hey, Dean, how you doing?
How's it going, man? Long time no see.
I know, it's that's the first story that I wanted to talk about. So many years ago, 15, 16 plus years ago, Dean Graziosi went onto this little known website called YouTube. Any of you heard about it? Well, 15, 16 years ago, YouTube wasn't what it was today. And he saw this person, James Renouf, on there, and he said, you know what, I don't really know this guy, but he's doing some stuff with Craigslist. I had one information product, and Dean took the time, spent his money to fly me out to Phoenix. And what was so crazy about that is, it's like if you picked up a basketball one day, and then the next day Michael Jordan's like, hey, do you want to come hang out and like shoot on the basketball court? It's like I had no idea what was going on, and I'm hanging out with Dean Graziosi, Joe Polish, and all these other names. So Dean, I want to just tell you, it's been all these years, that encouragement, what you did for me. You know, I'm now a multiple seven-figure earner, won a 2 Comma Club award, had a lot of things happen, and a lot of that's because of that inspiration of that moment. So thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Really means a lot. And so I can vouch for Dean in the sense that he has helped a lot of people because he's done it for me personally. And so Dean, again, thank you for being here for the community. And the first kind of question that I had for you is how are, I know you've dedicated your life to sales and you've been doing this for so many years, but how are you able, especially where we have a group of affiliates here that really want to tap into your knowledge of traffic and everything that you know as an affiliate, someone's done a lot with affiliates. How is it that you were able to kind of look at YouTube 15 years ago or a school community like we have now that's starting to take off? How are you able to recognize, wow, I should maybe look at that now, whereas you can be spending millions of dollars on traffic, but you're here in a small community today. What's the thought process behind that?
Well, first off, James, great to hear your success and your evolution. It's great that you're kicking off this community. Hey, everybody, good to see you all. Here's the thing. I get to have a little unfair advantage right now, and my partner Tony Robbins, because we've been in this for a long time. But I was blessed to be. I started doing fairly well a couple of years in, and this is my 28th year in this specific industry. And looking forward into a new enterprise is different than having 28 years of experience and looking backwards, true? So some of the stuff I have now, I'd have to be good at it. 28 years of doing this, kick me off the screen, throw me out of the industry if I don't know by now. I'd have to be a fool not to recognize patterns, true? Each of you are good at something. Each of you are good at multiple things. And the only reason you get good is because you figure out what doesn't work and figure out what does work. And that goes from knowledge into intuition, right? Who in here right now, you pivot and shift in things in certain areas that you're good at just because it's gut, it's intuition, it's wisdom, right? I see you, JJ, right? So to answer that question, if you asked me that the first 2 years I was in business, it'd be completely different than 27 years looking backwards. When I look at it now and I don't know how long each of you have been in this industry or wanting to be an affiliate or do things like that, but if I can look at this through 27 years, it's truly the people that want to serve, that want to impact others, that want to shift a life. That if you put a hidden video on the person for a week, they'd be the same person, and there wouldn't be an exposed video, right? And if you think about through the years, if you've been watching this industry, right? I was on TV 28 years ago, right? If you look at the people that come and go, they're all over the internet, or they were, in the old days, they were all over TV, then they're all over online, and you're like, wow, that person's crushing it. And 2 years later, they're gone. when I look at that consistency, James, and maybe this is a boring answer, it's the people who truly care. They're out to make an impact. They put the client first. They put the outcome of the client first. And guess what the byproduct of putting a client first is? Longevity, success, impact, right? I mean, you might not get the same answers from me as you get from somebody who is just going to be money focused. I feel blessed. I love being successful. I love that I get to employ hundreds of people. I love that. But today you're going to get through the lens of impact first. I mean, let me just ask you something. If you guys lived a long life to 95 years old and you got to the end of your life and you had one of two choices, you could make a massive impact on others or you could make a lot of money. If you had to choose one or the other, put it in the chat if you would choose impact or success, right? Impact for sure. I see it, Carrie, right? JJ, impact. Johnny, impact, right? I've asked this to tens of thousands of people. Dom, impact. Johnny, impact, right? Mike, impact for certain. Ted, Stephanie, right? I've asked 250,000 people at once. I've asked 500,000 people at once. When we did the Matthew McConaughey event, we had 800,000 people live at the same time. Everybody says impact. Well, the cool thing is when you have the opportunity to deliver both, right? Like we have the opportunity to impact others by getting them to say yes to a good product or service, and simultaneously we can create success. Isn't that the greatest win of all? Like, can we just all agree success without fulfillment might be the biggest failure of them all? If you have money but you lose your family, is that success? Right? And if you have your family but no money at all, that's a struggle too. So why not crave impact in serving others and simultaneously I'm going to get as successful as I want? And that's where the magic combo comes in. So I know we're talking about being an affiliate here, but I'd love for you guys to know, some of you are brand new to this, some of you know what you're doing, some of you want to go to the next level. I'm going to tell you, pick partners, pick people to support that you can get behind. It's not just about, listen, we've paid out $34 million in commissions to people over the past few years in affiliate commissions. But that's not the thing I brag about. You know what I brag about? Every affiliate that ever works with us will reach out to us after and say, thank you. You served my community so well. Everybody I sent had the time of their life. Whether they bought or not, they got delivered value. It wasn't just a 90-minute pitch fest. It was like they got value. We built reciprocity. They left better than they were. And simultaneously, we convert more people than most. So I guess I'd say, if I'm just saying, if you guys work with us, love it. You'll learn so much. We pull back the curtain. We show what we do. We make it really formal. We have great prizes, whether you're in the top 10 or you get one sale. We make it amazing. We convert better than most people. But more than that, you become part of a movement. You become part of something that you could proudly support, proudly promote. And when people ask me, how do people do the best as an affiliate? Get immersed in it. Don't just look at it as like, oh, I'll copy their emails they do and send them. Look into us. If you don't like what we do, don't promote us. But look under the hood, watch our videos, get inside the course, see what we do for people. When I look at our top affiliates, Jenna Kutcher, first 2 years of doing affiliate, she made $1 million each year. If you don't know who she is, you should check out her podcast. It's called Goal Digger, right? When people say, how did Jenna do so well? You know, Jenna went through our entire course first. She implemented the things Tony and I were teaching. She shifted her business. So she didn't go on and just say, you should go buy this stuff. She's like, holy crap, this thing is shifting my life. You guys are insane if you're not a part of it. So I would just say, as you move forward as an affiliate or in this industry, look for people that truly care about others. Look for impact first. And if impact and conversions are in the same world, boom, that's the one you should hook your caboose to, hook your cart to, right? Because you can feel good. I mean, I'm just going on a rant here. James, you had one question. I keep talking, but...
No, this is great. Thank you.
But listen, we could all have a great week of sales, right? I mean, just think about going home to your significant other, the people you care about, and you had a good week of sales. That feels good. You got some confidence going. But think about the difference of having a good week of sales, but you're not quite sure if the product is good. You hope it is. You hope it's good. You had a good week of sales. How do you act with your significant other if it's a good week of sales, but you're not quite sure about the product? You're probably proud. You're probably glad you had a good week, glad there's some money in your account. But I want you to compare that emotion to having a nice chunk of money deposited in your account, and you know for a fact the people that said yes have the opportunity for total transformation, to live into their full potential. How does that feel? What is the difference? Raise your hand if that feels way better, right? So why not just make those choices? There's a lot of crap out there, and there's a lot of really good people out there. Do the research. And here's what I do know. If you guys build communities, you start promotion, you get bigger and bigger, don't you want to be the person that says, man, every time Tom or Todd or JJ or Anthony Miller send me something or push me to do something, it's damn good. It's like, imagine you have a buddy that every time they recommend you to a restaurant, it's like the best food on the planet, right? You're like, give me the next suggestion. But if your buddy just tells you every stupid restaurant that comes up because it's trendy or because someone gave him $10 to do it and this food sucks, you're like, I'm not listening to that guy or that girl. Half the restaurants they send me to are shit. That's the way I would look at it.
Yeah, and I think so many people look at, so in our community, we have people that are brand new. We have people that are 7-figure earners and everywhere in between. And I had an interesting person yesterday. For her, she didn't even know what affiliate marketing was. And she was on a call with me yesterday, and she had sent 10 referrals. Why? Because she took action. So I'd like to know, Dean, your thoughts on taking, because there's a common issue that I see with people is that they see opportunity everywhere, but they're not taking action and they're not focused on one thing. So, for example, with what you have, and I'd love to know a little bit more about what you have with Tony, how would you kind of push that to people that, hey, man, you could do a lot just maybe talking one-on-one with people. Don't just look at how can I try and make $1 million overnight? How can I focus on one thing, and how can I make consistent, imperfect action that's going to lead me to the next step? Your thoughts on that?
I just look at it like Kaizen. How do you run a 1,000-mile race? One step at a time, right? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. How do you become a 7-figure earner in the affiliate world? One great connection at a time, one great sale at a time, and you learn along the way. I mean, listen, I hope if you guys are in this game, if you are considering or an affiliate, you'd be crazy not to work and promote us. I mean, I'm just being completely transparent. You got two people with a great reputation. We got the best product on the planet. We serve in a massive way. When you drive people to us, you don't drive them to just a webinar, and I'm not knocking webinars. You drive them to a 3-day event with Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi. This year we got Matthew McConaughey. Because we built a course and did a launch with him. Our guests are off the charts. People are going to have the time of their lives. They're going to feel like they got served, and a big chunk of them are going to buy. So I mean, if this is your world, you should see what it's like to be with the pros and to do it in a way where you can be really proud of. And look what we're doing. Look how we communicate with people. Look how we talk with people. The biggest byproduct of being an affiliate of ours is watch what we do. Model proven practices. The fastest way to have success is to find somebody already doing it and do what they do. Like that's the greatest. People are always trying to forge a new path. Screw that. I want to find somebody who already forged and created the path and the map and just make my version better. So I would say, if you've been thinking about it or you've been hesitating, this is the one to get behind. If you want to learn more about what we do, Carrie, who's on here, could send you more information about our products. I mean, if you think about what we created, we teach people how to do what Tony and I have done. We teach people how to enter the knowledge industry. We show everybody, and each of you is the same, that you have a life experience, you have a strategy, you have a skill, you have a business skill, you have a passion that took you years to figure out. And we believe every single person should be sharing that knowledge. Everybody should create a course or a workshop or do a monthly community like this or do a mastermind in person. Everybody should, not some people. Everybody should. The only reason people don't is because they don't know how. They don't know how to identify what that asset in here is. They don't know how to package it. Right? They don't know how to deliver it. And that's what Tony and I share with people to do. And every single type of community has converted. One of our top affiliates sold protein powder. One of it helped empower women. We had an affiliate one year that was a dentist with a huge following. We've had everybody convert because it's one of the fastest growing industries in the world. People don't realize that their knowledge is the greatest asset they own until they hear from us and we show them how. And the cool part is Tony and I created what we wished we had. You get education from Tony and Dean, 70 plus years of doing this. You get an AI we call Gigi that was trained by Tony and Dean that's inserted through the whole education, so you're never stuck on the blank page. You never have a question you can't get answered. It's creepy. If you guys have never played with our AI, it's called Gigi. It will freak you out. It answers marketing like me, but if you get stuck, it'll answer and get you out of a hole like Tony Robbins would. It's insane. And we built, aligning with Go High Level, we built our business hub where it replaces 12 other programs. So the cool part is we have a product that has Tony and Dean education, Tony and Dean AI that's your guide, and then the business hub that has everything you need to design, launch, and scale your business. We built the all-in-one, and we're probably half the price of the closest competitor because, well, we can, and we want to impact the world, and this is our mission. So I hope that answers your question.
Well, Dean, I've seen your events with Tony, the 3-day events. I saw the excitement with Matthew McConaughey and just people just so enthralled with what you guys were teaching during the free event, let alone taking it further. I'd love to. I see questions in the chat here that are saying, like, how can you find out more? Do you have a specific event coming up?
We do.
When is it happening?
So it's happening May 15th. So write this down, thrive600.com. Thrive600.com. It's in the chat as well. And when we're done here today, go there. There's a quick little video. It's not going to say much more than what I'm telling you right now. And you can see how to sign up and register. And what you're going to see is how to deal with professionals. I truly mean this for your future. We write incredible copy for you guys. We create incredible graphics for you guys. We keep you updated along the whole journey of letting you know why now, why this, what we're doing, so you learn the process of doing it. And let me just tell you, if it's you grab a couple emails and pop out an email and think you're going to make a ton of money, that's not how it works. You got to get immersed in it. You got to follow. We have a proven plan on how to market our stuff because we've been doing it 8 years. Like I said, we paid out $34 million so far. We model who's doing most successful. And a lot of times in our top 10 even is people that have zero list. They get really creative ways on partners and all this kind of stuff. So we have a model. Once you register, we'll show you the winning formula. You can learn it and you can see what it's like to work with people who've been doing this and really care about others. Here's what I think. You go through this process with us, and listen, I mean this with all sincerity. We're going to put 800,000 people in this event, no matter what. Our events go between 800,000, our biggest was 2.5 million. That's where they range. So please know, we are going to do great, whether you're a part of it or not. And I don't mean that like in a look at us. What I mean is, we're going to do great, but we love having partners because together we can do more. Together we can impact more people, right? Sam and Daryl and Samantha and Pam, there's a bunch. Like, there are people that you know or you can communicate that Tony and I may never touch without your help. So the more partners we have, we love because we get a diverse group of humans. We show people a path that maybe we don't ever communicate because they'll listen to you, not us. So we love having partners, we love contributing, and I think it could help set a new standard of what kind of partners you guys want to work with.
And I think that's great because so many people they're focusing on whatever the hot thing is. And I mean, this is obviously a hot thing, but it's more than that. When you take in your experience, and you guys know how to do it right. When I see the presentations and it's something like this, but on a larger scale, and it's like a big TV screens, all these images back there. I mean, you guys are on another level. It obviously helps with conversions because you guys are taking it on a professional level versus somebody that's just kind of threw a product there yesterday. So for me, I think for our community, what's great about this is just, again, you, Dean, taking the time to speak in front of our community, and you've done it for 20, 30 plus years, and now you have something coming up. I think that's really, really exciting. And I think it's something that we as a community should look at because it gives us an opportunity. Every day I'm in my community talking to everybody, and we're always talking about different things. But again, the biggest thing for me is focus. So just like we had several months ago, we had the vice president of ClickFunnels on here, and he was talking about what he has. I think there's an opportunity here, everybody, and I think I'm excited to do this, that we can all kind of talk and congregate and say, how do we want to go about this? Like we had someone yesterday.
What would be a great topic for you guys if you decide to work on this is you could walk through and dissect what we're doing. right? Like, why are they doing it this way? Why are they pushing hard this way? We have something called, it's very specific, and we'll share the instructions on how to do it. It's been something I've been obsessing on for years, is how do you become omnipresent? My whole goal is the last week before the event. You guys will see it. The second week of May, you'll be so sick of Tony and I, because wherever you turn, you'll see us. You'll see us on all the top podcasts. You'll see us on our ads. You'll hear us on radio. You'll see us on TV. We'll be on YouTube. We'll be on Facebook. We'll be on LinkedIn. Wherever you turn, and that's why you get this compound effect, because you'll have somebody on your list, say Anthony or Ted, that's like, oh, I got this email. But damn, I saw this ad. Oh, and I saw this thing. And then they click on yours, because this compound effect of wherever you go, they're like, well, how the hell am I going to miss this? FOMO becomes real when it's that all over the place. So this year it's going to be called Thrive in 2025 is the name of the event. It's happening May 15th, 16th, and 17th. It's about 3 hours a day. It's Tony, myself, and some amazing guests. And we'll be teaching people how to enter or scale inside the knowledge industry, which everyone should. So we'd love to have your support.
Awesome. So we can go now to that Thrive 600, and will we get information in terms of,
yep,
hey, you should start promoting now. You should. Is there a game plan for people?
Of course. Yeah.
A launch plan. There's
an absolute launch plan, and it tells you how you could start warming your list up. A couple weeks before. We have videos and assets that Tony and I have created that anybody that on your list would absolutely love, and it's extremely valuable. So you could start warming your list up if you have a story about us, or if Tony's ever touched your life, or I have, or you watch something new that does tomorrow. You could share your story and what it's meant, and just start building momentum. So you'll have the exact game plan of the people who have done the best over the last 7 years.
Awesome. Well, I know we just have a few more minutes of your time, Dean. I really, really appreciate you being here. Anyone here have a question for Dean while we have him? I mean, this is a guy that speaks in front of 20,000 people, let alone 80 live, let alone 800,000 people or 2 million people on an event. Any questions for Dean? Now is your chance. Dean's not going to be here every day doing live calls with us, so if anybody has a question in the chat, let's ask it. But again, Dean, while we have
JJ asked, is there a virtual option? The whole event is virtual. JJ, the 3-day event is virtual event, so everybody gets a front row seat. That's the way we like to do it. It's not just a Zoom call. If you see what we do, we'll be in a studio where, the screen behind me, I could see like 700 people at once, and I could see 400 people in front of me, and it switches. We make it interactive. If you ever watched our events, there's energy, there's music, there's applause. It's not just a 3-hour Zoom that looks like this. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Awesome. Well. Okay, one more question for Dean, and it is from Dom.
I guess Dom, the question I'd say to you is, how do you fear? What's the fear of failure? So let me just ask you. Be really honest with me, Dom. Fear of failure, right? Could be, what if I do this and I look stupid? What if I do this and my friends say I'm crazy? What if no one listens to me? That could be scary in the moment, right? But Dom, if you got to the end of your life and you looked back and you realized you missed it, like you didn't live into your full potential, you didn't take uncomfortable action. If you look at the old Roosevelt speech, the man in the arena, you never got in the arena. You were in the stands wearing someone else's jersey. I think about that shit all the time. The last thing I want to do, every time I face failure and I'm afraid of it, I think of getting to the end of my life and having 10,000 pounds of regret, realizing I missed it. I wasn't courageous. I didn't live into my full potential. I didn't take any chances. I was afraid of what everybody else thought. And that is so much heavier than the fear of failure that I weigh the odds. And then the thing that I'm afraid of now seems tiny. It's like, that's bullshit. That's nothing. No big deal, right? Oh, I'm going to care about what my friends think. I'm going to care about failure. No, real pain is being 90 years old and looking back and you realize you missed out on the one life that you had the opportunity to squeeze all the juice out of. So just compare the two things. That's for me. When everyone has a body and a voice, how do you hone in on the common denomination, how a person is alive? Let me see. Question, where does Dean think affiliate marketing is going over the next 10 years, especially with AI? I'll just answer that one really quick. Where do I think affiliate marketing is going? I think affiliate marketing, I I think affiliate marketing, I'm just going to be honest, I think affiliate marketing is an incredible gateway to enter into this industry. I love this industry. This industry saved my life. This industry saved Tony Robbins' life. It's what industry, and we call it the knowledge industry. If Tony didn't go to a Jim Rohn event, he doesn't know where his life would be. If I didn't buy Tony Robbins' course off an infomercial 28 years ago, I don't know where my life would be. This industry saved my life. It gave me a path, and I get to impact people for a living. You know how freaking cool that is? So here's what I'd say, why affiliate marketing is a good gateway drug. This is just my opinion, I'm just sharing it with you, is because you can decide to partner with people with incredible products. You don't have to build your own yet. You can do the marketing, you can do the promotion, you could fall in love with it, get people to say yes, and get paid well to do it. And in that journey, my guess is you will find a time when it's your turn to build a product. And maybe it's teaching people how to be affiliates. Maybe it's teaching a product. Maybe it's how to be in business. Maybe it's how to be a leader. I think it's an amazing way, and it always will be, a way to get your first sale, next sale, and consistent sales on your path to finding what serves you. So I think that's a great way to end it.
Well, thank you again, Dean, and thank you again, Carrie, for setting this up and recognizing our community. And not that you need me to wish you luck on anything, but again, a lot of value from you here, Dean. And everyone go to Thrive 360.
No, Thrive
Check
600.
it out.
Thrive 600.
Sorry, thrive600.com. And let's talk about it as a community, because I'm sure we can make some headway with this. So again, thank you very much, Dean, and everyone.
Take care, everybody.
Great day. Thank you.